Hello, welcome back. Tonight, we are going to take a look at this magical piece of equipment, the Drembo M4 musical mini mixer interface pass PC interworking function. Okay, so why the hell do I have this? Well, actually, I asked for this for Christmas, and the reason I did is it's this cheapest mixer I could find on Amazon. I think it was around 50 bucks Canadian. But what intrigued me about it is it can be powered by USB. And I'm trying to put together a very, very cheap mobile rig to run on battery power. So I figured this mixer may be the winner. So I played around with it a little bit. It's okay. We're going to do a demo tonight. I figured the best way to try it out is I got the Volca sample. I got the Digicart, or Digitac, pardon me. I keep on calling it the Digicart. That's not Mario Kart. It is the Digicart. Anyways, I figured the best way to test it out so you can hear with your own ears how good or bad or indifferent it is I'm going to hook these guys directly into my audio interface, play a couple sample loops, unhook it from the audio interface, and then hook it into the mixer, and then push the mixer to the audio interface for each individual instrument. We'll try both of the channels to see how they sound. So there's two mic inputs, but you can put a left, right in and kind of ride them both, or there's an actual dedicated 3-4 here that go under this mixer column there, or row. Sorry, too much Excel. I should know my rows and columns by now. Anyways, we're gonna try that out, and then maybe we'll put them in together and see how it sounds with two different instruments going through it. I think it's okay sound wise, build wise. It's a bit of a piece of it's not. I won't call it a piece of crap, but it works. But the knobs are very grindy, and you know it's you pay for what you get, right? Like there's no. It's hard to dial them in really well. We'll see how much we have to pump up the gain to get a good volume level on the audio interface. The effects are pretty useless, but enough me gabbing. Let's actually start playing around with this. So and the reason why I picked the Volca sample is because it's kind of a noisy. It has a lot of noise on the line through the headphone jack, and the Digitact. I'm hoping has a better quality sound. I'm still getting used to it, but we'll see. So let's start things off with the Volca sample. We'll plug it directly into here to the audio interface, which will let me record it onto the PC, and then we can hear it together through the modern wonders of video editing. So let's go ahead, add a track into Reaper here, private to record, make sure we're recording stereo so you hear what I'm hearing. Perfect. All right, we're good to go. We're recording. Okay, cool. So now let's go ahead and turn on our sample, and we'll see what we get. So I'm just gonna hit play. To be completely honest, I was playing around with this last night. So it's a little hot. We don't want that red to show up, and we don't really want the much orange there, if at all. Okay, good enough. So that's a relatively good recording level. All right, so that's what it sounds like going straight into the audio interface. Maybe I'll turn off the 4K effect too, so you can just hear it briefly with that off. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's see the magic of our beautiful Drembo M4. All right, so we'll see what we can do here. So it's plugged into my USB battery, which powers it on, which is nice. We shall unhook this guy and we'll plug it in. We'll try with line 1 and 2 here first into the mixer, and then from the mixer main outs. What do we got here? This is prepare ahead with cables, my friend. Sorry. Great video preparations here. What the heck is this? Alright, there we go. Hold that feedback, that's a good sign. Oh, pardon your ears. Wow, this is really professional. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Let's hear the magic. Alright, so what's our gain levels here? We're about right in the middle. Let's turn them down all the way down. Alright. I'll turn 4K back on just for shits and giggles. So let's gain maxed out on the mixer. Volume cranked on both these channels. So if I crank the gain on, if I put the gain in kind of a normal position though, the volume halfway, that's the vocal sample on full volume. So, and I'm hitting the peak on here a bit too, so. Anyways, it's workable. Let's try the highs and lows. There's boosting the highs. Drop the highs. Drop the lows. So you got a bit of a equalizer there. EQ. Works. What I was not impressed with was the effects. So if I turn on the effects, you're going to get a horrible delay, and these are dialed down all the way that I can, and then the effects to main takes over your volume. But that's just going to give me a headache. Now maybe these will be useful for something. Oh God, okay. But I don't see myself ever really using the effects on this board. And maybe they'd be better with, you know, an actual microphone. That's cool. Step through some of the steps here. So, sound quality wise, I don't think it's terrible, especially for the $40, $50 you pay for it. It is not well built. Half the language on it doesn't make sense. You can play your MP3s through here too if you really want to, but I'm kind of like I had very low expectations for this when I got it. I was actually half surprised it even worked, and I'll have to see how much power it's pulling from the line. Maybe I'll do some research after the video to estimate how much the battery will actually power it for, but I assume for a long time, I can't imagine a mixer is pulling in too much power. Anyway, so I'm actually pretty pleased for what it offers for its price range, and of course for one of the cheaper mixers out there that can be powered by USB. I don't know if you'd want to go with this as your main mixer, but as a centerpiece of a small mobile rig, like I'm hoping to use it for, it might not be the worst thing in the world. It actually might be one of the smarter choice for that. Anyways, before we get too happy with it, let's keep going with our testing here. We'll try the Digitac next. I think I said it right this time. All right, we'll try the same imports. And you know what? I'm not going to bother running it through the audio interface. I think you get a good enough example of that alone with the Volca sample there. And then if you guys want me to do any other tests with this, let me know. I'm happy to try them out if I have the gear on hand to do it. Still getting the hang of the Digitact. I've just been loading in pre-made drum loops into it just to get my hands dirty with it. But let's try one of those disco loops. Try another quick pattern. So let's just run it in there quick just to get an idea what it sounds like going directly into the audio interface. Definitely seems a little bit more crisper and nicer going. This steals a bit of the life of it, I feel like, but it's not terrible. Do the left ear coming in raw into the audio interface. And we'll do the right ear coming from the mixer. Let's drop down. Yeah, let's drop down this. So that's coming in directly from the Digitact. This is coming in from the mixer. Maybe I'm half deaf, but I'm not noticing too much of a difference, which is fun. So I think it's going to be just fine audio quality for putting two instruments together on a mobile rig. But let's for the final test here, just try hooking them both up and making sure that's not going to cause any significant glitches. Now the mixes are probably not, or pardon me, the patterns aren't made to go together. We're at the same tempo, 120 on the sample, and we're running 120 on Mr. Electron. All right. What did I do? Oh, I am an idiot. What do we have on here? Out into the end. That's going to probably cause this thing to explode. So out of the mixer into the audio interface, because that would be the intelligent thing to do. And we'll drop Mr. Digitact onto line 1 and 2 here. And Mr. Volca sample on lines 3 and 4. So let's see what we got here. Start at the same time. 1, 2, 3, go. Some stuff on this sample. Seems fine. Maybe the sample's coming in a little too hot. So all in all, it's cheap. I think we'll see if it lasts. I'll do an update as I use it more. This has only been out of the box for a week or so we'll see if it lasts. But from initial impressions, build quality is questionable. The effects, at least for synthesizers, are quite garbage, but maybe I'm just not being imagined enough, or maybe they're designed for using with an actual microphone, so I won't judge it too harshly on that. It doesn't hiss. Well, that's the one thing I should try. Let's turn on phantom power and see if we get, because my main board, I did a review on it, and I like my main Mackie Mix 12 FX. I think I forget what it's called, but overall, general, it's okay. It might actually be noisier than this board. And when you hit the phantom power button, at least on mine, you get some awful feedback. Let's see. I don't want to throw. I don't think it matters, but I'll just use line 3 and 4 just because I don't want to fry anything here. We'll see if the playback sounds okay. Sounds fine to me. So overall, I'm pretty actually pleased with this. I'll do an update as I play of it. I'll kind of get a judgment of how much, this is still 4 out of 4 on here. We've been playing around for 15 minutes, so it's not gonna drain this battery like crazy. So I'm pretty happy of it, and I'll keep you updated as I build my travel rig. With this stupid virus going on right now, who knows when I'll be out? But I figure, I like playing these things when I'm feeling stressed out, or I need a little break from life. So, but it gets a little boring playing down here all the time. So I figure having a travel gear or some of the equipment I don't use as much anymore will be fun to do, and I can hop into the car and get out and have some fun with that. So, but this was going to be the main mixer for it, and I think it should work. So we'll see if it lasts. That's my only worry for being so cheap. Is it going to be fine now? But then as it takes a bump or two, is it going to just shatter in 100 pieces? I don't think that's going to happen. But is it going to burn out, or is it going to keep working? We'll see. But initial impressions for $50 to be powered by USB battery bank. This is a cheap one. It's nothing special. I'm pretty happy with it. So. Overall, I like it. So, but we'll see what happens. I'll keep you up to date if it turns south after some use. But we'll see how it goes. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.